it gapped down from Thursday night's close, and Friday's close actually stayed below that. So what does this mean for the market? What does this mean for S&P 500?
Girls them a come, them a want, them a take her. Bad man, me a come in, me a wanna take her. Girls them a come, them a want it on the liquor. I steady sipping on my liquor.
So this is a recap of S&P 500 and the market in general, just seeing basically what's happened the last week and where the market could potentially go, but I'll do where the market could potentially go in another video. Over the last week, S&P 500 and the market in general has been killing it. I mean, we've been seeing green candle after green candle. Apart from on the Friday, it gapped down from Thursday night's close, and Friday's close actually stayed below that. So what does this mean for the market? What does this mean for S&P 500? So this move is somewhat expected, seeing as the price is currently at the 479 resistance, and that resistance is coming from the weekly resistance. As you can see, the price is very close to it. Price could potentially start being range bound between 479 and 459. So as I said in my last video, 459 was previously a resistance and it's now potentially a support, and we'll just need to wait to see the price coming down to test the 459 level and seeing if that level actually holds as a support or gets established as a support. And if it does, then you'll likely see the price alternate between the levels of 459 and 479 until one of those levels are broken. So what usually happens towards an ex-dividend date is that the price generally starts rising. And the reason for this is you have a handful of investors that what they do is basically buy up a lot of shares in the lead up to a dividends date because they expect the price to be rising and all of that, right? And what they want to do is they want to capitalize on both the growth of the stock or the growth of the share price. Basically, as it rises, they want to make money on that. And also they want to make money from the dividends. So they will buy a load of shares that will make it worth their while to get paid dividends. This new demand into the market sends the price heading up. So then what happens is once we get to the ex-dividends date and the dividends is paid, then they start selling their shares because they've locked in their dividends and they're going to get paid those. And also they want to basically sell their shares so they can profit on the growth of the share price. So now the vice versa happens. Instead of them putting in demand into the market, now they're adding supply to the market, which would then decrease the price. And you can sort of see that happening. And every time we got towards a dividend date, you can see the price generally rising. At this point, the price had risen to this point, and I'm not sure what happened there. It doesn't happen all the time, but as you can see from this point to that point, the price generally rose. And of course, there's other things, there's other factors into the market that affect that. But generally speaking, that's what happens. Now, if I have a look at the Dow Jones, and as you can see, the Dow Jones, similar to the S&P 500, only that the price broke its weekly resistance of 369. And we just need to wait to see if you're invested in the Dow, or you're thinking about investing, or you just want to see basically the overall market outlook. We'll just need to wait to see if the price stays above the 369 level. And if it does that, then that basically means that this old resistance, weekly resistance, is now potentially a support, weekly support. So you can generally see the price going from 369 all the way up to basically the next level that it sees fit. Or what could potentially happen is that the price could potentially fall below this 369 level and come all the way down to 356 and basically test this as a support. So this is potentially a support at the moment. It's not been tested yet, so we're not sure. We just need to wait to see what happens when the price gets to that level. If it gets to that level, just like the 369 level, we need to wait to see if this holds as a support. With the 3Qs, very similar activity as to the SPY and the Dow. So it broke above the resistance at 387 and is heading up to the resistance between 408 and effectively 405. And that's the resistance zone that it's currently at. And we just need to wait to see what the price does at this level. And as you can see, there's already some bearish activity happening in the market. I mean, you can see the red candle on the 14th of December, the session of the 14th of December. And also you can see some wicks developing, which basically shows that there's some resistance happening. There's fighting now between the bulls and the bears. So we just need to wait to see who takes control, who gains dominance over the other, and sends the price where they'll like to send it to. So guys, this was just a weekly recap of what happened in terms of the price action and the markets over the last week. I'll put out a video of the week ahead, levels to look out for and all of that. So make sure you guys check that out. If you're new and this is your first time coming across my channel, make sure you guys subscribe and of course hit that notification bell. And if you're returning, thanks for returning, guys. I appreciate the watch. I appreciate all of that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'll see you in the next video.
High grade sipping on me liquor. Girls them a come, them a want, them a take her. Bad man, me a come in, me a wanna take her. Girls them a come, them a want it on the liquor. I steady sipping on my liquor.